Karsten?
Yeah, take your mask off.
Karsten.
Not.
Oh!
We're social distancing enough. Just take it off.
Oh, hey!
What are
Hey!
the odds of that?
I know, to see another person in this
Wow.
era? Crazy.
Pardon me with the mask thing.
I've been really paranoid lately, and I was
Okay.
listening to a podcast, and they were talking about the fact that it's best with one of these masks that you cover every facial opening, the
Oh,
eyeball,
I agree.
the pores, the
Uh-huh.
nose, and the mouth. You see,
Right.
so yeah.
Good
That's why
on
I
you.
just took a precaution. What?
I said good for you're good.
I am.
Yeah, totally. So how have you been?
I have been. That's
That's
I think
great.
that's kind of the best way to put it. I've been I've been in lockdown since like March. I guess you
Same
have
here.
too.
Yeah.
And I'm okay. That wasn't. Don't worry about that cough. That was just there's a lot of dust. Quarantine. It has completely rocked my world, and the lack of contact with my fellow human beings has altered my perception of time, reality itself, and communication with other people.
Well, I can tell because you said my fellow human beings.
Yes, I am but a broken shell of a person.
Ah.
Yes.
So you've been writing more in this quarantine.
I have been writing more in this quarantine. As a matter of fact,
About?
I wrote Freedom.
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 Like
would you like to
Alex
hear?
Jones freedom, or just like freedom? Like what are we doing here?
It's sort of like, well, let me give you an idea. Okay, so I'm a baby bird. Okay, and I'm still learning how to fly.
And but I haven't quite got it yet.
But quarantine is like the bird house. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm in the bird house.
You're in the birdhouse.
I'm in the bird house, and it's painted, and somebody bought it from a farmer's market. And here I am. I'm a baby bird, and I want to take off. I want to enter this world, but Corona is gravity, and because I can't quite work my wings,
Maybe this is a wing. The mask.
and because of that, I'm not able to take off and be a part of this world. Instead, I just go kerplop onto the ground, and my mom has to pick me up. How are you feeling?
So I graduated with a degree in psychology.
That's right,
Yeah.
you did.
Yes.
I am so sorry that I didn't message you or anything about that. Congratulations.
It's okay. I had a great graduation ceremony.
Karsten Frisky, Associate of Science, Psychology, summa cum laude, Phi Theta Kappa, and distinguished graduate.
I got trophies and things, and
Look at that. Now,
Get
by the way,
close.
this is all, I want to say something really quickly. This is all phony baloney, people. Karsten and I have been keeping up with one another all throughout quarantine, okay?
Yes.
All throughout
been
this
great.
entire process. And as a matter of fact, our connection to one another and our communication to one another is what's helping us stay afloat.
It's what's helping me stay afloat anyway.
helping you fly.
It's helping me fly!
So, yeah, graduated, about to transfer to another university to get another piece of paper, and I will be moving on to campus.
Are you sure you're going to be moving on to a different campus?
As of today, yeah.
Everything is changing day by day.
Mhm.
Well, the last time that I saw you, Karsten, we were at the Passion Conference at the big Mercedes-Benz Stadium, which held about 60,000 people.
The Dome, yes.
The Dome, right? And then after that, in February, which was the last time we saw one another in person, we went to an Academy Awards party in Atlanta,
Yes.
in a theater that had about 60 people in it.
Mhm.
So the last time we saw one another, we're in huge groups of people. And
Yes.
now we're reduced
Here we
to this.
are.
Here we are reduced to this. When we last filmed our video, I was in Atlanta,
Mhm.
as you were,
Yep.
and
As I still
then-
am. Yep.
as you still are. And I moved to Savannah, Georgia, where I was from January of 2020 to March of 2020, and now I'm back in my hometown in Mississippi.
Don't want to say the name of my hometown because I know that there are people after me. So, here I am.
And now the other day I learned the news that I'm going to be staying here in Mississippi until January of next year because my college is going online.
How do you feel about that?
Well, actually, I'm fine. What I'm worried about, though, are some of my friends, because a lot of them thrive on being, away from home.
They need to grow their wings.
They need to sprout their own wings because
We're all trying to fly, and
they can't really do that at home. And now, we're all separated. My school said that they were going to do 33% housing.
Is that like 33% off the bill?
No, it means 33% of a person. You're going to slice yourself about right here, and then they're going to throw yourself in a room. And,
like a ham.
What I'm trying to figure out is how they're going to do the math, and are there going to be like fights or whatever about who's going to get the room, something like that.
Isn't math outlawed at your school?
Yes, I go to a liberal arts school. Yeah, the way that we do math there is I have 2 paintbrushes, I have 1 pair of furry handcuffs, and I have 3 Chuck E. Cheese tokens. What chance does Trump have at re-election? Yeah, it's something like that. That's how math works at my school. Hey, summer's coming to a close. But we've had an interesting time with one another during the past several months, haven't we?
We have?
Okay.
Yeah, we have.
I think it's a very interesting time. Come on. Don't you think
it's an exuberating, interesting time, and I've loved every second of it.
That's right. Just as we scripted it.
Since quarantine, though, there have been a lot of changes, and we've obviously lost a lot of people in the world.
Yes, we have.
And
that's personally, we have. That's a very serious kind of topic, though. There are a lot of people watching this that may have had COVID in one way or the other, affected their lives in terms of personal loss, whether that is of a job, or heaven forbid a person, a family member, a friend, what have you. So to anybody that is watching, we give our deepest sympathy to you. Seriously. I've had several people. I've got a friend right now who's going through a very tough situation with her mom being in the hospital for the second time because of coronavirus, and it's a very painful period right now for all of us for different reasons. But you're in our thoughts, you're in our hearts, in our prayers, seriously, and we hope that healing will come for you. Carson's right. We have had some personal losses. Each of us has had a specific figure in our lives that has left us, unfortunately, since lockdown began. Mourning is kind of hard right now in lockdown because it does feel like that we're mourning every day. You lost somebody that you love and I love very much, which is Mr. Ravi Zacharias.
Yeah, Ravi Zacharias, very popular Christian apologist and speaker. We actually heard him at Passion 2020.
Yes, he's in our video, isn't he?
He is.
Yes.
I met him previously at other events and had listened to him for quite a long time. He passed away, non-COVID related.
Right.
But you also had someone important pass.
Mr. Carl Reiner, who is actually... I have a photo of him over my shoulder that he signed. This was I wrote a letter to Mr. Reiner in I think the winter of 2017. I was 16 years old, and I wrote to him, and he was the first filmmaker ever to respond to me, because I used to write a lot of people. He was somebody that I looked up to for my entire life because he was such a creative force, a brilliant writer, a genius actor, a great director, an all-around funny man and very inspiring participant. He was a participant. And, Ravi Zacharias was that too. You have one of his books, and I have one of his books, and I actually want to...
I think we have the same one.
Going back to... That's the one. Yes, this is Ravi Zacharias' book. I want to go back to Ravi for a second, because I want to say that what made Ravi's loss... Is it signed? Is your copy signed? That's your signed copy. Yeah.
Yes.
The thing about Ravi is we both got this book around the same time when we were sort of developing our spiritual sense, our ideology. And the best thing that Ravi Zacharias did for me was he prompted me to think. I didn't agree with a lot of what he said, but most of it, I was like, there is a foundation there, and I absorbed a lot of what he said. And I think that he was just such a great orator, and he was a very, very commanding in his presence. And Mr. Carl Reiner, he was also just a great presence. You know, he was someone that I felt was always present, and I looked up to him with everything that he did. Active on Twitter, oldest celebrity Twitter user. He lived to be 98 years old. Still tweeting about, you know, crushing on Betty White. You know,
Jennifer Lopez, right?
Jennifer Lopez. He had a thing about Jennifer Lopez. He did tweet once that he wanted to know Jennifer Lopez's marital status. Don't know what that was about, but
I think he was confused with Google personally.
I think so. I think he was just trying to Google it. I'm going to hope he was just trying to Google it and not trying to get personal information about somebody. The dog is trying to break down my door. Thankfully, I've got it barricaded so he doesn't have to do that. Living in my home with this dog right now is like living in a horror film. It's like living in The Shining, because every once in a while I'll hear
Well, maybe Nate's just trying to grow his wings, right?
Oh, he does want to fly. You know, he sits in front of the window and he'll look at birds and he'll go like that. And I'll do it too sometimes. You guys know what we have been doing in quarantine. We've been watching movies together. Carson and I have. We made little movie lists. It was so adorable. We go, Carson's list, my list.
Carson's list, my list. My list, my list, my list. Hey, Dylan, can we get back to my list? Maybe. After this on my list, and then my list, and then school starts.
And we never get back to my list.
Well, I mean.
But it's been so fun. I've watched things from like the 70s and on the Criterion Channel and Netflix.
Yeah, get the Criterion Channel.
And YouTube. And
we started with The Hateful Eight.
We started with The Hateful Eight?
Which was your pick, and I'd never seen it before. And yes. I had mixed feelings about it, but still, it was fun to watch with you, you see.
Yes.
It's all about watching it with your best friend. You know what I'm talking about? And you watched something for the first time that I love. You watched The Graduate.
The Graduate?
Which was my favorite movie. And how did you feel about The Graduate?
Well, I was sort of living it at the time. I watched it the night before I graduated, which was interesting.
Did it make you nervous?
No, it sort of just told me what not to do.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Yeah, it was a PSA. Okay.
It was a PSA. It was a long PSA. Grey Gardens as well.
Oh, that was fun.
When we watch American Gospel on Netflix.
Oh, now that's an enlightening documentary about the prosperity gospel.
Yes, that was a good one. It's still on Netflix if you guys want to check it out.
Hey, please check out any of these movies. Yes, yes.
Let's see, what else have we watched?
Oh, Tootsie. We watched Tootsie on my birthday. Tootsie. Yeah, we watched Tootsie. Anyway, I was gifted a ticket on my birthday to go and see the musical version of Tootsie at a theater near me, which might still be happening. Who knows?
Who knows?
But we watched the film. We watched the film on my birthday to see if it holds up. And the general consensus between the two of us is,
I think it's going to be banned.
For I am not Emily Kimberly. I'm Edward Kimberly, the reckless brother of my sister Anthea.
Before we get canceled, I think we should just wrap this up.
Okay, okay. You know, this is our first ever virtual vlog.
Yes.
A VV. Should we do more VVs? I think we should, because I think this was fun.
Let's leave it up to the audience, and then, you know, we can maybe communicate through our people and then get back together, and then, you know, just down the road.
We're not going to do this again, are we?
No. Okay. Any final words for the viewing public?
I'm going to take a sip of coffee.
This happens a lot. What's in the coffee? I have to ask. Is it a special mix? Is it a Starbucks deal? What are you drinking?
It is NyQuil, cinnamon, vodka, and Diet Coke, because I need to cut down on my sugar. Oh, hey, in memory of Carl Reiner, I'll open up a passage from his 1958 novel, Enter Laughing,
which you can find on Amazon and randomcontent.com. I'm not affiliated with Mr. Reiner in any way.
Sure.
I'm secretly his great-grandson.
5 final words for the public. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
Uh-huh.
Nothing.
Oh.
Living.
Ooh.
And stunks.
That's a spicy one.
It might be Jewish vernacular.
And with words ending from Ravi Zacharias, the universe began. Its laws are stable and sustained. It is knowable. It is finely tuned for life.
See, which is basically what I said. So
Okay.
listen, what do we need to tell the public, Karsten? Wash. Say it with me. Wash.
Wash.
Say it with me. Your hands.
Hands. Wash your hands.
Wear your mask. No. Wipe your
hands. What? Fingerprints on your computer are a big deal, okay? If I didn't clean my computer, you'd be a giant smudge.
I guess you have a point. Nobody should be a smudge.
No.
No stunk should be a smudge.